Yeah, hello guys, welcome again. Yes, in this video I will be showing you exactly something opposite or contrary or different from what I posted in the last video. I noticed that the last video a lot of people reacted angrily and were opposing what was said, but you have to be able to tolerate and accommodate other views on matters. So that's how it works, and that's how life is. You cannot be 100% right all the time. So, but in this video, I want to show you how smart this guy called Richard Arts is, the creator of X, and I want to show you how he uses his smartness to create a project. This project called Pulsex. This guy is very good at what he does. He's smart and intelligent in creating his project in such a way that it will be successful. Remember, when X was created, he said it was going to 10,000 X. And come on, a lot of people may not actually believe that from the onset, but it eventually happened. Okay, so which shows that he knows what he is doing. So maybe in the last video, I might have covered some things that a lot of people misinterpreted as FUD. It wasn't FUD, it was not FUD. I wasn't trying to spread FUD. I was just trying to look at things from a different angle, because a lot of people have such sentiment. Because before I did that video, I've seen reactions of guys in the Telegram group, on Twitter, the way they reacted, and I felt, okay, this is a sentiment of a group of people in this ecosystem. Why not explain why their own view might be reasonable and try to explain it to the community and see what others feel. But the reaction shows that a lot of people want to hear the only good part of the news and the positive part. So guys, let's focus on the positive part then. But before we go ahead, make sure you click on the subscribe button and also the notification bell. Also make sure you like this video, because this helps our channel so much, and this will encourage us to create more better content. So now today, what did Richard Ard do in the design of Pulsechain that makes this project exceptional, and how did he design it so that it is going to do 1,000,000%? Yeah, if you look at the thumbnail says that he's going to do 1,000,000%. So, and I feel that this is very much possible. This 1,000,000% in a year, or a little bit more than a year, or I don't know, even if it might be possible within 6 months or so. So guys, why do I feel that this is possible, and what were the things Richard Ard did that shows that this 1,000,000% in a year is possible? Let's quickly dive into the design of Pulsex. So I'll go to pulsex.com. So if you come here, this is the sacrifice website. If you see now, for you to get 10,000 Pulsex today, you have to have around $3.39. Okay, $3.39 here. So for those who have sacrificed early, that's good for us. For the total sacrifice, if we go to Pulsex lead, we have over 1 billion already so far. So the first thing I want to talk about, how Richard Ard smartly designed this project such that it will be able to 1,000,000% in a year, is that he designed it such that we'll have so much volume on this DEX. How do I mean? Now, Pulsechain is the network, is the native token, and the decentralized exchange for that project. It's a network, and Pulsechain is going to onboard all the ERC token 100% without any hitch into its ecosystem. So basically, having PLX, which is Pulsex, by the side to run all this swapping in and out is just massive, because there's going to be a huge volume, whether we like it or not. Whether some people are doubting that maybe the project may not get a lot of adoption, I think that's not the point at all, because you cannot see anyone who has been given free tokens on a particular new chain who would not want to test out the chain. It's not possible. And once they come and they see that the chain is effective, they want to continue to invest in it. So for Pulsex, how Pulsex benefits from this is that there will be so much volume, and I'll also talk about this later in the video, but because they have much volume, because Pulsex have more volume, those who provide liquidity for projects want to put their money where there is much volume, because the gain on the fees that is being paid to the liquidity provider is going to be much, because we have so much volume. So if you look at it, there's a particular percentage that is being paid to the liquidity providers according to the tokenomics here. If you go and read, you will see it there. I think, look at trading fees, debt ship. Pulsex will have a 0.29% fee, and the users pay on every swap. That is less than social swap, treasure Joe, quick, blah blah blah. 76% of this 0.29% fees could be distributed to liquidity provider. So for someone who wants to come and bring huge amount of money and put it there, leave it somewhere for it, so as to serve as liquidity so as to provide liquidity for a particular project, they want volume, because the more the volume, the more they earn quickly. So since Pulsex is the native DEX for Pulsechain, and is the first DEX, and most of this volume will be happening on Pulsex, and as a result of this, more people will bring in their money to buy Pulsex and lock it. They buy it and make it serve as a liquidity provider. Do not forget, a lot of people may, at the end of the day, it's just funny, at the end of the day, when people get to have their PRC tokens, the free version of their ERC token, when they want to swap, some may even swap into Pulsex. Yes, some may swap into Pulsex, and this will increase the demand on Pulsex. And when they want to provide liquidity, some will provide liquidity of Pulsex and their coin, or Pulsechain, Pulsex pair. So which means we have a lot of these coins being locked as liquidity, and these guys who put their money into serve as liquidity will continue to earn a lot of interest from it, because of the volume that is happening on Pulsex. That's the first reason, which is high liquidity. The design is such that there's high liquidity on this project. If you're watching this video is just trying to open your mind in case you have not done your research. Okay, this is not a financial advice, it's just for educational purpose, but I'm just basically doing your research for you now. If you have anyone you have onboarded into this project who does not have an idea of how this project works, you may recommend this video for them, so that they can just basically do their research by just watching this video. So the second thing there that the smart Richard has done to actually make sure that this project will do 1 million% in a year is to ensure that the fees were cheap. Like I just read now, the trading fees here is 0.29. That's cheaper than majority of these DEX that we have there. So, and people want to see cheap if they know, especially those who have huge amount of money, because when you have huge amount of money, when you are paying fees, you may look at the amount you are paying for fees and say, wow, this is much, and you want to look for another place where you can get a better deal. So for this Pulsex case now, you don't need to get a better deal, because the better deal is right in front of you. Okay, so people will come on Pulsex and come and do their swapping and conversion of coin. They want to use it for swapping their coin around, and with that they will pay fees. And these fees, don't forget, will also act as also opportunity to reduce the total circulation of Pulsex. So that's the second reason why, that's the second way in which Richard has designed Pulsex to 1 million X in a year. The ship are cheap, the fees are cheap, and the transactions are very, very fast, 3 seconds. So now another thing Richard has did in the design of this project, which in my last video I tried to explain in a different view, that it could have been better in a different way, was the bonus, the volume bonus. If you come here during the sacrifice that we're doing now, whoever sacrificed the most will get 2.5% of 2.5x of their initial capital or initial sacrifice. So in that last video, I criticized this point that it's not necessary and that cool things. But on the other hand, when I have a discussion with a friend about this, it opened my eyes to some of other things, that the reason why it's even better to have it, because Every project needs whales, and Richard had been a smart guy that he is, want to get as more whales as possible into the project, and this will be an encouragement for them to come and into the project, and knowing that if they sacrifice more, they get more. That was a nice spot. If there was no bonus multiplier, they may not see any reason for them to buy so much PLXS. But because there's bonus multiplier, they kind of buy more. Well, the fear is that they may want to dump when the project finally launches. Well, Richard seems to have covered that part, as it appears that even in Pulsechain sacrifice, Richard had to sacrifice last so as to take the bonus multiplier from other whales and make sure that it's within his control so that nobody would dump. So it seems, based on what me and my friend spoke about, it seems he's going to follow the same strategy this time around. Maybe he'll be the last person to sacrifice on the last day to make sure that it takes away the 2.5 multiplier away from these whales and keep it to himself, so that nobody will be able to dump. So this is a smart move, guys. You may not understand, but it's a psychological play. And what is more important, that at the end of the day, after I must have taken the 2.5x multiplier by sacrificing more than everyone, then the whales cannot just leave the project. They have to remain there, So automatically he has been able to drive in whales and into the project, and which will eventually lead to so much more for this project that will make it be able to do 1,000,000% in a year. Another smart move by Richard has to have made this project possible or make it 1 million hex is what he did, in the sense that he was able to make sure that the hex that were sacrificed were not sold. It's only the hex that were not sold, and this is a smart move because it keeps the execants at float. The execants are like the engine room of this project, of Richard's projects, and so they were not taken lightly, in the sense that they did not dump those coins such that it will affect the price. They prioritized them, and by prioritizing the execants, these guys are holding Pulsechain and they are using Pulsex too, and these guys will continue to talk about this project again and again, and this will also eventually push this coin to 1 million X in a year. Now, another thing I criticized in the last video was the fact that there was no cap for the sacrifice. So like I said, the other thing is the fact that in the last video I mentioned that there should have been a cap on the first 10 days in terms of the amount one can sacrifice, and that it shouldn't have been that open. But when I have a discussion with one of my friends, we look at it that, well, this was meant to be a freedom of movement, a freedom whereby you can do whatever you want to do, and limiting anyone in terms of the amount you can sacrifice in the first 10 days would have been against the plan, which was to give everyone freedom to do whatever they want to do, which that is understandable. So basically, that move alone, to give everyone free move, was actually part of the plan from the design. This gave a lot of people, like whales, to come in and say, come on, get 10,000 tokens for $1. Come on, this is crazy. Let's get in. Even if it's not going to be 100% successful, let's just try our irons on it because this is super cheap. Okay, this is another wonderful smart way in which Richard has been able to design this coin to 1 million X in a 1,000,000%, please, 1,000,000% within a year. This is very, very possible, and he has done it before with X, and this is also very, very possible. So the fact that I did not put cap seems to be the best option when I later look at the design very well compared to what I said in the last video. If you have not watched the last video, you may go ahead and watch it now. You can click on the top right here to be able to watch the video. Okay, so another thing here is the fact that there's buyback and burn. If you go to this point, he mentioned in that the project was designed to to continue to increase in value compared to other DEX that are inflationary. This is deflationary. You can read this part. It says it, and this is the last comment here. Let me just read. Most tokens inflate at price rate, while PLSS never inflates. The supply only becomes more rare, as 21% of all fees could be used to buy up and the price and burn the freshly bought PLSS. So guys, this is another reason why this coin will 1 million X in a year. So we have yield farming, and we have the design of we have yield farming in this project. And Richard has also make sure that he did not plan to use the Pulsex as a as an incentive token for liquidity providers, which is very, very good, which means Pulsex is standing on its own, and this is bullish for everyone in this ecosystem. So guys, that's 1 million X prediction for Pulsex within a year, with the smart design of this man called Richard Art. So guys, make sure you like this video and share if you agree that Richard Art is a very smart guy and the design of Pulsex is going to do 1 million %. I'm calling this, and I expect and I believe that a lot of you believe that this is possible. So thank you. See you another time. Make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell. Bye. Peace out.